We got checks all on the wish list, couldn't predict this. From hanging with the wrong audience to running this show. I'm finally living, but in the beginning I didn't know. Didn't know I get this dream. The chicks that used to scream got me up in their dreams. I didn't know, didn't know I come out clean. The only time the homies see me is on TV screen. I didn't know. I didn't know. I didn't know.
Now you know. Now you know. Now you know. Yo.
Wait. Okay, don't do it.
Yo. What's up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages? My name is Beast to the motherfucking boy around this motherfucker. I am your host with the most. And I got my other host with me right now. His name is Wiz. Say what's up, Wiz.
What up, ladies and gentlemen? It's Wiz Fiasco, aka Wiz, aka Wizard. Why? Because you cannot fathom the wizardry. And always remember, whenever your spirits are low, always keep your head up. Ooh, child. Things are gonna get easier.
No, please don't.
I was practicing that. I was practicing that for 2 days.
No, sir. No. My feelings are hurt. People are crying now because you singing.
Fuck it then. All right, this is Lifetime Podcast. On Lifetime Podcast, we talk about life, we talk about pop culture, we have a good ass time discussing it. And as you know, Beast Boy, Wiz, and then we got our other co-host, DJ KZ The Truth. Say what's good, man.
What's up?
And then we also got Lady in Red.
What's up, everybody? What's good?
It is, sis. What's going on? How you doing? How you feeling today?
I'm all right.
All right. She said, I'm all right. We want you to feel great and excellent.
Yes.
Do I got to come over there?
Hey, you ain't going to my sister's house?
I was just saying as a friend.
No, come here.
That's all me. Can I? You just said the N-word. Racist.
Yes.
I mean, he can come over, but I won't be home.
I'm going to throw a knife at both of y'all.
That sounds like a setup for the cops to go. And then we also got our special guest for the day. We got Frogs Gaming. Say what's good, man.
What's good? It's Frogs Dope Gaming. You can catch me every Tuesday on my podcast at 7:30. Sorry Not Sorry. I do 3 topics. You can also catch me on Wednesdays on Planet Xbox. I'm PBE. I'm powerful. I'm beautiful. I'm excellent. I'm ready to go.
Oh shit. He said, wait, PB?
PBE.
Powerful and beautiful?
Powerful,
PBE?
beautiful, excellent.
Oh, shit. Oh, that might be a better intro than mine.
I know, right?
Let's see if Jess can top it. We got our other special guest here today, y'all. We got Mr. Grinds My Gears, and I'm not talking about Peter Griffin.
That's right. It's Jess 7780. This is What Grinds My Gears, host of the What Grinds My Gears, my 2-hour rants about what's wrong with the gaming industry.
I love him. I'll be mad as hell.
Like the time he jumped in there, man, I just be talking about everything. Just be what pissing me off. Basically what I am. I'm a disgruntled Xbox fan that has explored the PlayStation brand, and I'm liking the PlayStation brand. And I just am pissed off about Xbox, and that's my channel. Basically, I kind of rant on basically whenever I feel like it, and I'm on playing Xbox show. I'm kind of like, I say, the Simon Cowell of the panel. That you gotta really impress me, and check me out on Wednesday nights. But usually I do like a Tuesday afternoon rant or something along those lines. But anyway, I'm just happy to be here, and support Life and Time. He comes to my my show, so yeah. Hopefully, I'll be ranting about something soon.
I'll be mad as hell when I come to your stream and it's like, well, I'll see you guys later. I'm like, damn, because I always miss it. Like I get off work or something, or I come from working out, and I'm like, oh shit, Jez live streaming. I'm like, oh, let me check out. Let me see what he's talking about. I'm pretty sure it's Kid Smooth or fucking G Gaming Addicts in the chat raging or something.
Oh, yeah, they always try to get me, but yeah. The thing is, I really don't go at anybody. I go after the companies because those are the people that are making these decisions that pissing me off. So fans are fans. And I treat it almost like sports, the people, and I always said it, like I said on my show, basically, people, when you go listen to a sports talk radio after the home team loses, nobody's making excuses for that team. They're all hating on that team because they want that team to do better. But that's how I am with Xbox.
Exactly, man.
Agree.
We gonna get on this first subject. Is what happened. You know, we're gonna just chop it up for at least a good like 20 minutes. You know, get into everybody's head. You know, what happened for your week and stuff like that. I guess we could talk to Jez, man. So what happened with you, brother? What happened for the week, man?
All right, so I've been playing Detroit Become Human, trying to finish that up. Yeah, I've been just a lot of stuff going on. Oh, man, my finger control's going off here. But yeah, I've been doing playing that. I've been doing. I just got a bunch of the flash sales. You know, they kill me with these sales, man. I've been buying so many friggin' games. My backlog is just insane. I've been playing, trying to get through Uncharted again, the second one. I finished all the other ones, but I want to finish the second one again. But also, I picked up this Adventure Pals. I'm playing it with my son. We've been playing that game. It's pretty cool. But I played pretty much everything. And also No Man's Sky. I've been hitting that up, you know, doing that. Frogs and I jumped onto that. We've been, you know, doing planets. That was pretty cool. But yeah, I've been hitting up with that stuff. Not too much. You know, just like cleaning up the house, getting things out of the house, and, you know, just following the news on Twitter and seeing, you know, it's been quiet. It's been quiet for a little bit. Just hyped up for Spider-Man, you know, waiting for that to come out. Because, you know, that's going to be like, I'm pumped for that one. Because that's, and my son's going to love that one too, man. He loves Spider-Man. So we're going to love playing that game. But yeah, that's about it. Not much going on, man. It's the summertime. It's hot as hell. That's all I got to say over in the Northeast.
My singing voice is good.
No.
Shut up.
No. You ain't laughing about it because it's not good.
You know what? Frogs, go ahead, bro. What happened, man? What's going on with you, bro?
So I basically been rocking out. I picked up on the flash sale. Just said there's a lot of flash. I picked up the Sega, Mega Drive, and Genesis classics.
Oh yeah, I did that too.
Yeah, great games on there. Let's see what else I've been playing. You know, I've had Dissolver since launch, but I went back and started playing it because the server base is just bigger because they gave it away for free. What else have I been playing? Black Ops, the Black Ops beta.
Yeah, we jumped on that over the weekend.
Yeah, I've been rocking in that hard, and No Man's Sky had it day one. So, you know, those are my games. I'm kind of like going back and forth and revolving around. And I plan to get into For Honor. I have it. My children play it, but I have not really got a chance to sit down and really get into it. And so probably by the time I get into it, I think it'll be a well-rounded game for me at this point.
The one thing I do have to say about Frogs, man, I jumped in the game. Was it last night? No, it was Saturday night. I think he was playing Call of Duty, and yo, if you could record him and his friends that he was in there with playing Call of Duty, is like something they take out of E3 presentation about, like, you're like, people don't play like that, man. He was yelling, screaming, having a great time. Like,
yeah, we play like that.
Yo, you guys, that was some hype stuff. I was all pumped up, and then of course family stuff happened, and then I had to drop out of the game. Everybody was like, "Yo, where's Jez?" And I felt like I let the whole team down, even though I didn't even have a positive kill death ratio. But anyway, but man, it was hilarious. I was just like waiting for my thing to install, and I just kept hearing them yelling and screaming. I'm like, damn, man, you guys are like, should be on the commercial.
Yeah,
good times. Time. I like it, man. Oh, yeah. Let me look at my man KZ. KZ.
Nope.
What's up?
What?
Lady in Red.
Oh, Lady in Red. Okay, my bad. Lady in Red, you there, baby? Is she there? Is she there? Hello? She probably walked into the kitchen.
Uh-oh.
I'm here.
Oh, what's up, baby?
Hey.
What's going on with you? What happened? Let us know what's going on for the week with you.
A lot.
Uh-oh.
How do I?
There she goes.
Can y'all hear me?
Yep. We hear you.
All right. So first thing that happened this weekend. Well, for one, I went to a gospel concert, spent some time with my sorority sister.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to be on the podcast too long because my cousin, she is home from the Air Force for a few days, and she's turning 21. So, you know, it's a big deal when you're 21. We're going to have a little family get together tonight. She leaves to go back into her station area. Kind of sad to see her leave. Let's see. We had a child today run away.
Oh no!
Oh man!
So we had to call the police, and we literally had to chase the child all around the neighborhood.
Hold on. You had to chase the child all around. Around the neighborhood.
Yeah.
She works at a community thing.
Yeah, I work at Boys and Girls Club, and so we had a child. I don't know what happened. I don't know if he talked to somebody and they told him no, he couldn't get something. He got so upset that he decided to run out the door and just run away.
Oh man.
And we called the police, which, you know, it works in our favor when your job is right across the street from the police department.
Yeah.
So it worked out.
Yeah, that's why I couldn't come there no more and hang out with you. I was like, man, them cops be across the street. I don't know what the fuck them dudes be saying some shit. What the hell are you doing?
I be getting free food and freebies and stuff.
The cops buying you food?
Hold on, what?
Beast Boy, she said the cops buying.
We are loved there. They give the kids stuff too.
The cops buy her food, Beast Boy. How you feel about this?
I'm mad.
you mad?
Well, he's gonna be mad at this. He's gonna be mad at this. So I spent time with my friend Chris this weekend. He came to church with me. He met Mom. He met my friends. I finally got to meet my friend's dad for the first time. And it was weird, awkward, interesting, and crazy. And we talked about old people having sex. I don't know why, but we did.
Every time I see you talk about something, you always go to some sex business.
It's not me. It's the friends that I have. It's them completely. Like
you with some freaks.
I have some interesting friends.
You got some freaks as friends. Ask Beast Boy. You freak ass.
Was you a freak?
He a freak. Leslie. Okay,
well, Beast Boy is one, so hence how you say my friends. Beast Boy is definitely a freak. So
why am I a freak?
Really? Freak. You said if it was the purge, you would be smashing hoes left and right.
Oh my god!
Yo, they're coming out with a TV series.
Yeah, I saw that yesterday. I saw that yesterday. There was a commercial, and they kept talking about the purge, and I'm like, why they keep having this commercial? Because I'm like, I already seen the advertising of the movie, but then I saw it's just a TV show. It's like, so they're seriously making a TV show out of this
mini
now.
Series.
Yes. They missed my rant, my epic rant last week when I was going off on the Purge, the first Purge movie. And I was like, this movie was trash. I was slamming that shit for like, I don't even know how long. That movie was trash.
The first one? All of them.
It's called The First Purge. It's like the latest one that came out.
Oh, the latest one that came out. They went back to when it first started, right?
Yeah. that shit is like.
I see that one because I like the other one with the president.
Yeah, that was much better. This one, it was like so much whistleblowing. It was just kind of like, hey, are you black? Psst, psst, look at this.
That's how it started?
Members. It was pretty much like, it started out like, we're going to test this out in the freaking hood of New York.
Oh,
I was like,
yeah, that first one.
Well,
yeah, and I was like, oh, wow, here we go. And then they were like, well, look at this. They're not doing nothing. Black folks, they're always chilling and partying, right? This isn't a part of the plan. They should be killing each other. And it's like, oh, no, you think? Obviously, that was obviously a plan. Like, if someone can break the law, they're already breaking the law already. Only thing you can't do really is kill and get away with it that easily. So, of course, they want you to kill. Like, that movie just, the movie pissed me off. Then they had white folks riding around on motorcycles just like alt-right people. Like, they had Nazis come into the hood. They had alt-right people come in the hood with their tucked in white shirts with carrying tiki torches. Then they had the fucking Ku Klux Klan. It was like every single person that's the enemy of black people, they just funneled them into the hood and say, yo, take them out. And it was just like turned to a freaking black split. Fuck that movie, dog.
That's messed up. Well, the whole point of it was the lady coming over, like the neighbor, like bringing over some pumpkin pie, and it's like killing them later on at night. Like that was like the whole cool thing about that. Like the first movie, like your neighbor is like, oh, like we don't like them, we're gonna go kill them. Like that was like, yeah, that's so weird that they went to that from there because it was like, I like the other ones.
Yeah, it was like a cool action, like a horror kind of action.
Yeah,
thing.
It was like creepy because you don't know who in your neighborhood doesn't like you, and then they'll come and kill you that night.
Right.
Yes, don't get me started, brother. I literally ranted about this movie. I was like, this movie pissed me off because it was just so stupid.
It wasn't anything like that.
Did it grind your gears? Did you have an episode of Grinds My Gears?
Yes, I did. They literally had to stop me from ranting sometimes on shit that I don't like.
You mean like now?
For me.
Yes, like now. Let's get to KZ because I forgot about KZ. Man.
I wasn't even finished because y'all just took one thing and ran with it.
I'm sorry.
I got cut off, and I'm like, okay.
My bad. Don't mention The Purge. We good.
I didn't.
Watch The Purge.
I didn't.
Go ahead.
The best thing that happened, it wasn't the best thing, but I had a flat yesterday on my back tire.
Oh man.
And well, not only that, but I probably am saying all this wrong. So guys, if you know anything about cars and the tires, correct me if I'm saying it totally wrong. But the little screw, you know how you unscrew to get the tire off or whatnot to change it? The little nut chuck or whatnot is broken. One of them.
Hello?
Yeah.
Blood
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. Mine was baking out. I mean, my bad. My mic was breaking out. But you talking about your I know what you're talking about. I'm
Yeah.
wild today.
Well,
Talking about
it's
the
broke.
lug? The lug on
Yeah.
it was broke off?
It's broke. One of them is broke. So
How was it like that?
when you let somebody try to be manly and do stuff,
So what happened was he stripped it and then broke the end off.
yeah, like I don't know if he over tightened it or what.
That's what he did.
know.
That's what he did.
He
It's trying to
fucked
be.
What you do is you eat once it start getting tight, you just gently do it, because if you can go just a little too much and you just strip them.
Yeah. So now I gotta get that fixed.
Damn,
Wait,
he
what?
stripped the lug nut.
Wait,
What
what was
a
wrong with your
goofball.
tires?
The it was flat. Like apparently,
Oh.
I guess when I dropped off my sorority sister at her apartment complex, like further down the street, they're doing construction, but it's not close to where I was coming out, and I had this industrial nail in my tire, like those big nails in my tire.
I know what
So
you're talking about.
yeah, so when I got ready for church, you know, going off of verse and whatnot, like the tire was completely flat to where like the back of my car was like lopsided. The joys of having a car.
So you riding on a spare?
Well, no, you know,
Oh,
I bought a tire or whatnot. I got the rim and everything, so all I did was switch it out or whatnot. We don't. That spare was old anyway. We threw that spare out, and I spent about $100 getting a new tire.
All right. All right, KZ, you're up, my man. Tell me what's going on, brother.
Work. I'm on call.
Are you still getting people fired?
I didn't get nobody fired. I'm a good worker. I get
I
compliments
don't
every
know,
day.
I don't know, brother. You told me that one story about you. You came one day, next thing you know, people's getting fired on their days off, but you said you was the favorite. You might have said something. I don't know. I don't trust you.
I ain't the favorite. I'm just a token black guy. But but nah, that was because they got themselves fired. But just we hired somebody else though. What was that? A chicken?
That's a dog. That's a dog fan. Damn.
No, it was a
Chicken. It's like a chicken. A fucking rooster.
But yeah, just I did a house today. It was a really pretty house, but they had a fire, and they like next to the chimney, so I had to work on that. And yeah, like I said, I'm on call on my birthday week, and my birthday is tomorrow. So
Happy birthday!
Well, happy birthday!
appreciate
Definitely.
Appreciate it.
Happy birthday.
Thank
KZ
you.
turning 28.
Another year of wisdom.
28.
Oh, what we doing tomorrow? What's the plan for tomorrow?
I'm off tomorrow.
Question mark. I mean, if they don't call me in, I can go somewhere. I just can't drink.
He's not fine.
I mean,
you gotta let me know. I mean, I'll get off at 4:30, so you gotta let me know what the birthday boy wants to do.
What happened? Did we lose him?
We can do that. What
I don't
happened?
think so. Oh, he's still there.
Somebody
And
turned
don't
PlayStation
worry,
on.
other birthday boy, I ain't forgot about you.
Yay, says Beast Boy.
Huh?
I mean, if you don't want your birthday gift, I mean, that's fine.
I always want my birthday gift. Wink, wink.
Mm-hmm.
Nigga.
I'm just kidding. I'm just getting beat in my own house. Okay, I get it. You're talking about flowers.
Where's our location there? Is that a car door?
Yeah.
I'm gonna make sure I drive carefully and not cause any accidents.
Look, he about to do me like the pun, like in the Daredevil show with your Kingpin. He killed that dude with a car door.
Oh man.
Gonna start closing that shit. Motherfucker, you embarrass me.
That man had anger
Right,
issues out the wazoo.
All right, man. Let's All right, Beast Boy. You said you want to do this review.
Hold on, before we do this review,
Yes.
what happened with you?
What you do? What happened with me? What happened, man?
You really never say much sometimes.
Because this is about me. All right, this is about y'all. It's about fine. Oh, fine. All right, fine, man. So I've been working out, training. All right.
What kind of workout you been doing?
I've been go to that military gym. They get me prepared and stuff. So
Okay.
I'll be running. They trying to get me trained to run this 1.5 miles, and then they got them giant thick jump rope things. You got to bounce them bitches up and down. And
what's the time in your 1.5 miles?
I think my age, I think it might be like 13 minutes. I ran around a little baseball stadium in like first it was 15 minutes. I ran around it twice. I did that in 15 minutes. It's a big stadium. And
you said 1.5 miles.
Yeah, and then I did it again this Sunday. I had my mom this time. There's nothing stronger than a black mother's love, man. She really feels you. Because I was running and I was like, man, I'm tired. I can't do this, dog. But my mom was like, you can do it, Wiz. And I managed to get around the stadium.
Everybody in there looking.
Yes, my mom's voice. Yeah, man, my mom always supports me, man. She supported me through this journey. So, she was cheering me on as I was running. And, I managed to run around the stadium once in 5 minutes. And I was like, oh shit, I'm a god. But then the second go around, I got tired. I had to walk. But I just was like,
how long is the stadium all around? Is it like
the second go around was probably like 6-7 minutes. I was like, damn, I gotta be honest with you.
I mean, like the mile, like how many times you gotta go around to be a mile?
I think it's twice. It's twice.
So you plan on going to the military?
Yeah.
Okay, what branch?
Navy.
Okay, yeah, I'm a retired Army veteran.
Oh, really? Oh, why the hell? Just for some reason, I'm always talking to somebody that's either in the military, going to the military, or have been in the military. You can shut your coughing.
No, I'm literally.
Hold on.
Oh Lord,
Hold on.
This is why they want to talk about it. Oh, here we go.
Did you say shut your coughing? Really?
Yeah, because I know why he's coughing.
No, I'm coughing.
No, don't you start that. I don't care if your birthday is tomorrow. I'll call you out.
Oh Lord, you see guys why they want to talk about it, because then she's like, oh, I got military friends, and then someone's gonna get salty and be like, how many military dudes you got? And she's like, oh, I only know a couple of dudes. I only know like 10. I only know like 10.
First of all, let people realize the area we're in is military relatable. So of course you're gonna know a lot of military people.
That is facts.
We're a retired area for military. So
that is facts. This is God's waiting room. It's called Florida. You either go here because you're military, or you go here because you're racist, or you go here because you're old and you're about to die.
Pretty much. So to not know a military person is kind of like, eh.
Yeah.
And then I got family in military, so.
But yeah, man, my training's going pretty good, man. I can run pretty far now without getting too tired. And I kind of realized what the magic trick is to lift your legs up higher. That's the trick. I'm tall. I'm like 6 feet. So
you gotta lift them up higher.
Huh? What?
I think you should have said that.
No, hey. You freak ass. No, lift your legs up higher. I realized, what? I need to analyze my walk. You're suspended. Anyway, yeah, but after I've been working on getting my squats in, my trainer, I got a personal trainer. I was like, yo, man, I can't be doing these squats, bro. I ain't got no ass. He said, don't worry, brother. You go ahead and ask when I make you do all these squats. And he's tripping. He's like,
I don't
fucking
like that.
You can borrow some of mine.
I can't even sit no more. I can't even sit no more.
I got plenty of them.
Oh, Lady Rat's playing ass for this whole podcast. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it like that. You're gonna keep beating me every time I say something about her. You're gonna keep beating me every time I say something about her.
Wiz, did your trainer actually say that about that? Because that's kind of weird for a guy to say that.
No, because I was saying, listen, man, I don't know what. No, look, I'll be joking around. So I was like, yo, man, I ain't got no ass, so I don't know why the hell I'm doing these squats. He's like, by the time you get done, you gonna have an ass. You gonna fit the G's, boy. Keep squatting.
He didn't lick his lips when he said that. Right?
Oh, he gonna try to get you some ass.
He wasn't licking his lips when he said that to you, though.
No, he didn't look at his
lips. What kind of shorts he made you wear?
Get the tiny shorts, not those ones, the tiny ones, the blue ones. The tiny, no, man. Nah,
he gonna make you wear them shorts they wore in the old days when they played ball.
Nah, man, Mike is cool, man.
Wiz, just if you ain't telling us, is your trainer touching you, sir?
I had a female trainer, sir.
Is she touching you, sir?
Oh,
no, chill. Hey, Rag, I need you to calm down, man. I need you to calm down.
I just got scared because there's like lightning out here.
Okay, that's God, because he said stop it.
Is she white or black?
A black. I don't admit, she kind of cute. She got some nice lips. But I don't stare at my trainers like that, dog. Yes, and then I alternate trainers too.
He already fitting the stereotype already.
What's there? I'm just saying. I got a cute trainer. Her name's Ryan. She real cute.
All right, don't get caught up.
I'm not getting caught with nothing because I alternate trainers. She said I'm doing a good job. She said that
they don't mean nothing these days.
Running. What you mean? I'm running.
You running all right.
Let's move on, man. Let's move on. All right, Beast Boy, you ready to do your little Superman, Death of Superman review? The biggest spoiler title in film cinematic history.
No, right? Because that's what we do. We spoil stuff.
Can I?
Like Wiz did last week.
I didn't spoil.
Wiz and DJ spoiled it for me last week.
I didn't mean to spoil Infinity War. Everyone here seen Infinity War except for you.
Wiz,
can we please let it go?
You're like the biggest spoiler in the world. You and your ex-wife.
What?
In the world.
Bull.
Excuse me. His who?
His ex-wife.
Who is his ex-wife?
You didn't know he had an ex-wife?
Wiz, you were married?
Anyway, Beast Boy, let's go to this. I just want to say this. Beast Boy. Why did you ask me what happens in this film called Death of Superman before you watched it? Why would you ask me what happens? I want to know. No, listen to this. I want to hear this excuse. Tell me.
What?
Why'd you ask me what happens? What's this film about? When I bought it, and I said it's called Death of Superman. Why'd you ask me?
How he died?
Oh, you cleaned it up now. You cleaned it up. Yeah. You had a week to help prepare. Mm-hmm. Go ahead and talk about it, man. Go ahead.
Man, let me tell y'all. When Doomsday came to planet Earth, oh my God, that meant this thing was killing everybody in sight.
That shit got gory. That was a little more. These DC films are getting gory ever since like the whole extended universe shit started. That trash. They got a whole they showing people's heads get popped like grapes and shit.
Yeah. And I love how Wiz didn't know Cyborg got his arm tore off.
I didn't recognize him. His design was goof. I don't recognize that new 52 design. I recognize Teen Titans design. But they had pretty much I've seen they got like their whole animated universe. I see what they call it extended universe for the main live action trash films. Because they got a whole universe in the sub levels where that comes to your TVs and stuff. Like I wish it was on Netflix like it used to be, because these movies have a continuation cycle. Like you could watch these almost in sequence, except for The Killing Joke, because that was just a joke. That was a horrible film. But you could watch these all and still have a continuing through line. So that was pretty cool to see Batman have his son, and it's the same Batman you saw in Batman Bad Blood and Son of Batman.
It wasn't good though. It was trash and garbage.
I don't that girl.
That shit got me heated.
They made up for it with Death of Superman because there's no random ass sex scenes, but they did hint at Superman and Wonder Woman dating though. How you feel about that?
That right there was a shock right there.
It's in the comic book, sir. I told you.
But I thought
comic book
Batman and Wonder Woman was dating though.
I don't know. Jazz, Frog, you know about this, right?
Yeah.
At some point,
Batman and Wonder Woman were dating, but Yeah, it kind of like you said, that universe is different. It's different because there's Lois Lane is gone basically, and it's a Superman and Wonder Woman are together, and it's a weird universe. It's a very because if you kind of look at it, and it goes back to like if you ever played like for instance the Injustice video game, who was Superman with an Injustice video game? So it's kind of like exactly. So like there's two different universes. There's two alternate universes in the sense like because if you read the comics, you read one thing, but then it's kind of like at a certain point in DC Comics, and this is what I'm a big Batman fan, but I kind of feel like DC in a certain aspect like. They restart their whole characters and they just flesh out a whole new story instead of keeping them original the same. They just they constantly do that, because think about it. How many people have played Batmans? How many different Batmans have we had? How many different Jokers have we had? Like they can't keep one consistent character. Right. And I think that's a problem with DC. DC has a problem with that. So it's even in the comic universe, it's the same way. They'll write a script for the comic and they'll write it, say, okay, we're going to start with this. And you go in like 20, 30 comics. And the next thing you know, they're like, oh, we're going to just start this whole series over again. And I'm like, come on now, you can't do that. Because you build up a character and now you're going to start them over again. So I just think that DC has a problem with that. I think that's why some of their movies aren't as good as I think.
How often they what's it called? Switch Batman. I mean, I don't know who all read the comics.
No, I read them. It's bad.
Okay. Did you know about? So you knew about Gordon was Batman for a little bit.
Yep. That makes no sense. That makes no sense. Right.
Batman quote unquote died after Endgame. That's probably the best Batman, like best comic book story we had. Like actually stand out great comic book story we had in like years. Yeah. Like Endgame. That was pretty damn good.
You talking about before he died or after?
Yeah, before.
Okay,
yeah.
I was about to say after was kind of in. I liked it Superman story when he lost his kind of lost his powers.
Yeah, and he fought those super technological dudes that were like had super advanced technology or some shit.
Yeah, I liked it that.
Yeah, can someone tell me like how the hell did Superman get a son?
Birds and the Bees.
What? Hold on, but how much? But he wasn't there like a couple of years ago. And
hold on, he's like but that's a different Superman.
Mm-hmm. I'm telling you this. They're all
it's different. It's like a different universe, not the main one.
And the Superman we were just talking about in the storyline, he quote unquote died. It's weird, and he died. So original Superman, I don't want to say Golden Age or whatever Superman.
Some comics are weird. Some comics are weird nonsense, dog.
It's just they change it too often. DC can't stay consistent with their stories, and that's the problem.
Okay, so I'm gonna try to see if I can get this. Is it like when Wolverine died, and then he got replaced with Old Man Logan from the Ultimate Universe? Is it like that?
It's
similar.
It's similar.
Kinda.
It's similar. Yeah, it's similar.
Okay. I guess I'll dig in the archives and check it out because I just saw a thing where it was like the Dynamic Sons continue, and I'm like, the Dynamic Sons? What the hell is this kid Batman? Oh, it's Damian Wayne. I mean, I like how they introduced Damian Wayne. Like that was cool. I don't think he was really in. What was Damian Wayne in Death of Superman?
No,
he wasn't. Yeah, but you could tell it was the same design and everything.
Yeah.
Right.
I like how they introduced him as a whole, period. And I thought that was cool. Like, oh, I had a secret son. I raped you. And he's like, well, I'm Batman. I don't get raped.
I think they should have just stuck with the death of, like, how they did the Death of Superman, the comic from 1993. That was one of the best. They had to just stuck with that.
Man, I remember I bought that in the black.
Yes. If they had stuck with that story when they rebooted Superman and did the Man of Steel and did the Death of Superman, that from that comic book, that universe would be really dark, but it would be such a good cinematic experience because it really shows you the death of Superman. Then you had like other people come in and replace Superman, but then Superman comes back. But their stories were really interesting. They broke down like Superboy, like
but they went into like
Man of Steel,
Superman.
Right,
there was a cyborg one too,
right? And then Superman had to come back and kill them because they were actually and that's the problem. Like DC,
like 5 different ones.
DC is not consistent with their superhero stories, and I think that's the problem. They change him up so much. I mean, shoot, look at Aquaman movies coming out, but then you put Aquaman in a movie before you actually introduce Aquaman the character, and I think
go underwater,
right, and I think that's where you see Marvel excel, and Marvel will really. They may put some characters here and there, but their reveal story is so well done that when they're in other movies, now you know who this character is. Because if you look at the way they did like Black Panther, you kind of said, okay, Black Panther's here, but then when they did his reveal story, you're like, this is dope. Now when you see Black Panther, you understand really who he is. And I think DC has a bad habit of putting heroes in movies with other people, and you don't know who they are.
And then the best part,
but they try to jump on the Avengers bandwagon by just throwing the Justice League together.
Right.
And go backwards.
I'm like, no, don't do it. But I will say a good thing about Marvel is they made the characters more likable. Like, people are all head over heels over Thanos. Imagine the original Thanos story. I just want to kill just for the sake of death. He'd be like a lunatic. But now you got people debating Civil War, debating Thanos, debating Loki. Like, that's good storytelling.
Right, that's good storytelling, because now you actually have the fan base coming in, and that's what I want from DC, because I'm a huge Batman fan, and I really want Batman to have a consistent story. At this point, I'm like, look, just how I feel is kill Batman off, and this, give us Batman Beyond, so you can't see his face, because like, to me, Batman has always been you got to be a good Bruce Wayne to be a good Batman. Batman he could look like anybody.
Ben Affleck's never going to be a Batman again.
Yeah, and then that's the problem.
And he was pretty good. I thought he was pretty good.
I think he's a good Batman. But like, I'm just saying, at this point, give people Batman Beyond, right? Just give us a superhero that you can't see the face, you can't see the color of his skin, because then this actor, whoever plays him, can be anybody. Don't even deal with the Bruce Wayne character. Just deal with the Batman character. Never talk about Bruce Wayne in a presence of actually introducing Bruce Wayne in the movie. Huh?
Yeah, like the 89 film. Remember how?
Right. I mean, because my whole thing is like, at this point in our life, in our time in 2018, realistically,
he said Life in Time. He said Life in Time.
The Life in Time. I try to plug it in there. Anybody could be Batman. Realistically, like, anybody could be Green Lantern. Realistically, like, you could. It doesn't matter his race. It doesn't matter if it's a male or female. Well, yeah, it does matter kind of if it's male or female, because some of the characters have to be rewritten.
Green Lanterns, though.
Right. But I'm just saying, it's like I'm just like, if you want to make a good superhero story, you got to be consistent with somebody. Look at Wolverine, Hugh Jackman. Man, that guy's been doing Wolverine ever since we can remember Wolverine. Yep. And then how they ended that story, it's like, this is dope. That's how you do a superhero story. You pick a guy, you stick with them, and you continue. At this point, like, we don't have a consistent Batman, a consistent
and how they can have a Batman Justice League 2 with a different Batman? It's not Ben
exactly.
Affleck. Like, it's like like, they did have consistency with Superman, though. They tried. Right. They got him.
They tried.
They got him.
Let me ask y'all this. Y'all haven't seen this animated version of it, have you?
No, I haven't.
No, I don't watch the animated ones, though.
I'm interested, but I'm more about the cinematic version.
I watch the cinematic ones.
I'll say it's good. It has some good fight scenes. A lot of these fight scenes for superhero stuff was inspired by the Justice League animated series. If y'all don't realize, like the shockwave punches. So Dragon Ball Z had something similar. The animated, superhero stuff had a flair for slow methodical fighting. Some jujitsu stuff, and it has a little bit of that in there with like straight power punches that make shock waves because they want to make sure you see it, and it has like a flair for that as well. And the fight scenes are pretty solid, man. Especially like right before.
At first, Wiz, I thought you were gonna say about Dragon Ball Z fights. Don't get me wrong, I love Dragon Ball Z, but those fights are not. They're pretty much just punch, and power up.
Zip, punch. But they had us pretty solid fight scenes, man. And Doomsday was pretty damn brutal. Like, you saw he was a threat. And I thought it was an all around decent flick. Have you guys seen? Let me ask you another question. Have y'all seen their other version of this?
Another version, the original old. Well, it's not super. Well, it is old, but.
Well, I watched some of the old Batman, like 1992, 95, the new Batman.
The Batman animated series.
Yeah, I've watched it.
What about the Death Superman? That was like
I've seen that one.
Yeah,
I've seen it.
I think it's KZ, isn't it?
It ain't me. Come on back to it.
Somebody's getting abducted by aliens.
That's what I was saying.
Like.
Or using what's it called?
I think it's Lady Red.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah,
Might
she
be
be
Lady
there.
Red.
So
Yeah, I've been watching a bunch of like end of world movies recently, and that's like how it starts. Like,
Right.
Yeah,
I
it's like,
watched, this is how it this is how it ends, or something like that. It was a Netflix movie.
oh
I
yeah.
just watched that one with apocalypse type thing, and then I watched Extinction. That was pretty.
Oh
cool.
yeah. I was gonna review that, but I was like, I don't know if anybody wants to fucking hear about what is this how it ends, right? I don't think nobody, because I don't know. I didn't think no one got really no hype about it, and the main reason why I watched it. Yeah, the main reason why I watched it was just because it had my baby Katarina Graham. She's from Vampire Diaries. If y'all don't know,
I know that is
my baby. Ugh. And they only had her. They only had her ass in there for like. Listen, everybody. If you watch this, how it is for Katarina Graham, just skip to the last 30 minutes.
Yeah,
don't watch that bullshit.
Yeah, but I would. And then I would go cross country for that though.
Oh yeah, hell yeah! I go. Oh, I love me some Katarina Graham. That's my baby. That's the reason why I watch Vampire Diaries.
And her dad is Forrest Whitaker. My goodness.
yeah.
It's a badass. But yeah, every time I see Forrest Whitaker, man, I in Panic Room when he was like the smart crook, like he was trying to get in there, like man, when he had the messed up eye.
Yeah, he's an amazing actor.
Oh yeah, he was great, man.
He did great in what was it, Black Panther? He did good.
I have to see it. I still have not seen it yet. I'm waiting to say it.
Yeah, it's pretty solid. I like it, but I still tell people, y'all be hyping up this Black Panther. What y'all need to do is go watch some Blade, because Blade was the
my gosh.
Oh
my gosh.
Great.
Yes.
Oh man, Blade was
people
so
forget
good.
about it. And
the third one was kind of just like Jessica Biel's ass. That was the third.
It's a Marvel IP. And
the second one though.
And that's what I'm saying. If you bring that character back, you have to bring Wesley Snipes back, because that's who people know who Blade is. Like, you can't bring another Blade back and say,
but he doesn't age.
No, and that's the thing. Like, he's a great actor. He's a martial artist. You could bring this character back.
Wait, Frogs.
I don't think he could be Blade though. I think he would have to come back as a different character.
Dad of Blade.
Dad of Blade or somebody.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
I think he should train. He should be the one training the younger.
The next Blade.
Yeah, Michael B. Jordan.
That would be
he already in there.
Oh, John Boyega. Fine, John Boyega.
Nah, you got to give us a good martial artist that you know that could be his son. Somebody's a good martial artist, because that's the thing. Wesley Snipes is a martial artist, so that makes that character.
The dude that plays Superfly.
Mike Jalil White. Yeah, he's amazing at martial arts. He's a martial artist too.
Yeah,
he's a martial artist too.
Yeah, wasn't like Will Smith's kid like a martial artist?
He's a martial artist too. Yeah,
he's coming back with Karate Kid too. They're gonna do.
I just think that if you do these movies, and I go, and this is my whole thing with anything, especially in a Marvel or DC or any comic book or superhero universe, when you take a character and there's such an iconic character that when you think of Blade, you think of Wesley Snipes. So there's certain characters. When you think of Wolverine, there's certain people. So when you can't take a character and say, oh, we're gonna have this Batman and this guy's playing Batman and this guy's playing Batman. It's like, okay, it's the same kind of in the sense with Spider-Man, where they catch Spider-Man for a while and then they bounce to another Spider-Man. I'm like, okay, the guy you have now, just keep him. Let me get used to him. Don't replace him.
And exactly what you said, man. What's perfect is, remember I told you earlier, man. I said they gotta make the character their own. Blade was their own, because Blade didn't have that super powered stuff. He didn't have that super strength where he was punched through cement. He was the guy that could resist vampire bites, and I think he
could if he wanted to.
Yeah, and Wesley Snipes made that character.
Hey guys.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I'm finna go ahead and finna go see my cousin before she shifts off back to her station. So I'm finna sign off.
All right, Lady and Ray, we love you.
Nice meeting you.
Nice meeting y'all too, and love you too.
Bye. Anyway, pretty much I was saying, yeah, they made the character their own, and that's pretty much the best thing you can do about
same
it.
thing with Robert Downey Jr., man. Come on, before Iron Man, like, yeah, he was an actor, but like he wasn't where he is now.
Oh man,
Iron Man
he was
character,
a freaking alcoholic,
he was a drug
addict, and look at him now. Like, everybody knows Iron Man for that character. So
before Iron Man, the only movie I remember him is what's it called? It was two movies. I think that movie was after Iron Man. Sherlock Holmes. Wasn't that after Iron Man?
That's after Iron Man. That's when he got bigger.
Sexy,
Right.
And
sexy
Tropic
Sherlock.
Thunder. Tropic Thunder.
Oh, Tropic Thunder. Yeah. Here's a
Robert
fun
Downey
fact,
Jr.
y'all. Here's a fun fact. Robert Downey Jr., the way him and his agent finessed that contract, he's the highest paid actor and probably be for a while.
Right. Because that original Iron Man was supposed to be Tom Cruise, but they couldn't get him.
Ooh, Tom Cruise would be pretty
I
cool.
couldn't-
He's short as hell.
I can't see it now.
That'd be kind of
Yeah, I couldn't see it now, but
Short,
and it's because of Tom Cruise. He was doing all the Mission Impossible movies. They couldn't get him at the time, so they was like, "Well, if this movie does good, then great. If it doesn't, if we tried." And so they got Robert Downey Jr. But he made and here's the thing about being Iron Man: he's a great Tony Starks. It doesn't matter. That's to me that's the part about being Batman. If you can be a great Bruce Wayne, you can be Batman. Because those characters, you gotta be. Anybody can be Superman because it doesn't matter who's Clark Kent.
Clark Kent's goofy,
right?
Yeah,
but you have to be a good Tony Stark, because these are guys who are regular guys who don't have these superpowers. Like these are regular, normal guys. That just
the millionaires that basically have.
I do like Henry Cavill though. I do like Henry Cavill. I
think he's a great Superman. No, I think he's a great Superman.
I was talking about him in the last episode. I was doing a review of Mission Impossible, and I said that I liked Henry Cavill. And if you want to see him actually fight and get busy, that's the movie to see it in, because he had that dude when he put that jacket off of his fucking bulging out that goddamn suit. I was like, oh, she about to brawl on somebody. Like he has some great action. Like
he's a great Superman. I mean, yeah, he's good.
Yeah, he's pretty good. But y'all ready to move on to this next topic, man?
Oh yeah.
Sure.
All right, man. We about to
The
talk.
topic is how to beat up Wiz.
It wasn't him. Oh yeah, Def Jam. I forgot we gonna talk about what we expect for the next generation. And I was perusing the internet and I keep seeing on Twitter the Def Jam, brand on Twitter keep talking and stuff. And I was wondering, like, y'all looking forward to a Def Jam game, possibly this gen or next gen?
Nah, that's just like Icon.
Oh man, look, I'm gonna tell you like this. If it's
Icon.
like Icon, I don't care. But my only problem with a Def Jam game coming back is some of these hip hop artists. Like, I'm an older guy, so my whole thing is like my hip hop generation is different than the generation now. I don't listen to a lot of these guys because I think they're trash. But that's just me. Like, I don't
think they would.
Yeah, like it'll have to be like
it's hard
like
to put them in that
back.
Def Jam and that story. Like, the story would be so friggin' corny to me. The only good thing to save that game,
we just need Biggie and Tupac in it.
Yeah, because I'm just like, man, I'm like at this
They
point,
weren't part of
like,
Def Jam though, so it's kind of like we gotta finesse some rules. Then
I don't know half the rappers that will be coming in. I'm just gonna want to beat them
you
up
can't
because they got pink hair and they got a green tattoo. And I just want to beat them up because they look like the Joker, but they're not hard. They got skinny jeans on with high heels. I just want to beat them up. So my whole thing is.
Most of the artists in Def Jam are fucking white, so you gonna have Robin Thicke and fucking Adele walking into a fucking.
You know what? But here's the thing. Okay, now to that point, you could put them in there in some way, some shape or form, as far as the story. But as far as like fighters, I don't want to fight Robin Thicke because I'm gonna beat them up. I mean,
Jacob the Jeweler in there too.
Is Adele gonna be that girl that's in there? We all remember the Def Jam games. Like, the women in there were usually the women that kind of were your shoulder pieces. They would fight each other because they were, in a sense. I'm not gonna lie. Let's be real. They were
When I played it, I was faithful the whole time. I kept the same girl.
Yeah, that's how I did it. I kept the same.
I chose Lil Kim first. I chose Lil Kim, and then I chose Carmen Electra because I was like, Lil Kim got too much plastic surgery. Oh God,
I chose Carmen Electra. I'm not gonna lie. But I'm just like, you can put a lot of people in there, but like some of these new guys and girls, I'm just like, man, who do I ever want to play with?
It's not like what it used to be, man. They were all under one label. Like, now there's so many different labels and stuff like that.
So y'all telling me y'all don't want Nicki Minaj as your woman?
Oh, Nicki.
Here's my thing, and
here's
what I'll say, and this is the only thing I'm gonna say is like what made Def Jam so iconic, and because the rappers we had were so influential to the hip hop industry. The main characters you got to think were like, you had the Snoop Dogg and you had Wu-Tang Clan. Like, you don't have these. The rap we were listening to in the generation of hip hop, there's not even the same music. I look at it as more like it's mumble rap and pop. That's all it is.
You want to fight with Lady Gaga?
Yeah,
it'll have to be like a pop. Like, they'll definitely have to do a crossover. They can't just.
What about Justin Bieber? You got to fight with Justin Bieber.
I don't want to fight with. I'll beat him up. But
DJ Khaled to be in there. He'll just be like a hype man. He'll be like,
Yeah, he'll be a hype
guy.
man.
Yeah,
He'll be
that's
this guy. He's
He'll be the
Coleman.
referee in the ring. That
He'll get your
like
blaze.
Mario. Like Mario was in Punch Out. You know how Mario was in Punch Out? He'll be
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, people will be spamming him, and he'll just be like,
DJ
another one,
Khaled.
another one, another
You
one.
the best.
No, I see you can kind of. No, I see what Frogs. You might be happy though. They got Pusha T. They got Ludacris. They got
Okay.
Redman, LL Cool J. They got Big Sean. They got basically Jay-Z and Kanye West. But I think Def Jam is more of a distributor for these people. Because some of these dudes got their own record labels. But I think
Of course,
you know, they got
But they're
distributors.
they're under them, so they could bring a lot of people. But I'm saying if they bring in these younger, because they're gonna try to bring in younger guys that appeal to the younger crowd is good marketing. So they're gonna bring in some of these the young thugs in the future and all these. And I'm like, I don't deal with these guys. Like that's not my generation to rap. I just
They
not
got
me.
Logic. Let me see who BTS is.
Logic.
BTS is a boy
I know
band.
Logic. Yeah, BTS is a Korean group.
Oh,
I
there
know
you
who they
go.
are.
Ooh, BTS, the Black Ninja Turtles, just like for Injustice.
You know what? And
you
that
press
would
a button,
mix,
it's
that
like-
would mix things up because you could really create a good story. But I think what Def Jam and all the video games did back in the day, it was like
Beastie Boys.
yeah, they got
There you
Beastie
go.
Boys and they're old school. But my whole thing is like, how do you create something for the people who remember it then and now you're trying to cater towards the younger generation of hip hop now because our hip hop is so different. Like I don't like a lot of the music I hear. I'm like I stick to my hip hop that's basically I would say anything that goes past if it's I would say today the most I may listen to is some Kendrick Lamar here, some J. Cole here.
Of course, some Kendrick Lamar, bro.
But other than that, there's not too many other people I'll listen to outside of that.
If they put my dog Big Crit on here, I'm gonna have to just buy
Okay,
it.
yeah, now, yeah, I listen to some Big Crit stuff, but
That's my dog.
there again, like there's just some people I just don't mess with today. And look, if you got a whole bunch of colors in your hair and you
acting
got
like silly.
and you rocking skinny jeans, I can't mess
Tekashi
with you.
6ix9ine.
I can't mess with some of these dudes, man. Some of them dudes that just
do
Do you think the
about
celebrity
6ix9ine.
though? Do you think the celebrity in games is even something that even sells anymore? Because you can see like they haven't put celebrities in games in a long time.
It does,
They really haven't. The
does.
last I remember is Elijah Dushku in that Wet game. Yes, Beast Boy.
Yeah.
Right.
called Wet.
No, as actors, but I'm even like in celebrity cameos or anything like that. Like they were throwing them around in games to like
50 Cent
publicize
was in
games.
everything.
50
Yeah,
Cent's
50 Cent,
game,
but
man. I
before
want
that,
that game. That game was hard to find. That 50
Yeah, you
Cent
couldn't
game.
find it. Yeah, it's like
Bulletproof.
look, it's
Yeah,
like if Drake
Bulletproof
came
and
out with a
Bulletproof.
video game right now, like it would be a big deal because it's Drake, you know, and people will buy it because just on his name alone because it's Drake.
Yeah, Fortnite went.
Well, Drake, yeah, that Fortnite thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
so
If he was in, if they put him in, I'm surprised they haven't put him in Fortnite yet.
yeah, I mean,
I
you
don't
put
know though, because
Matter
the
of
thing
time.
is,
Yeah.
all that died when The Rock. The main game I remember besides Elijah Dushku, I think the game was just subpar anyway. It was The Rock.
yeah,
was The
right.
Rock when he did Driver.
no, it was
Yeah.
The Rock when he did Spy Hunter. That game was
Oh,
horrible.
Spy
Spy Hunter.
Oh,
Oh,
my
man.
gosh, that game was horrible.
That was
Yeah,
bad.
only
That was a
got-
reboot of it. That was like Midway's last like hurrah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
I think
my
they got
gosh.
bought again by that THQ folks. The THQ Nordic. They tried
Yeah.
so hard to bring back the early 2000s gaming. Like I'm like, go THQ Nordic, dog. Like bring back the THQ. They trying to buy all the brands back.
Yeah, because you know Midway and Acclaim were like some of the biggest. A fun fact is Midway and Acclaim were right under EA as like you know nowadays if you got the EA, the Activisions, the Ubisoft. Back in the day, it was EA, Acclaim, Midway. They were the big ones.
I hate
And now-
that Acclaim had the wrestling license.
Acclaim,
So I
yeah.
hated
Now they
that.
don't
That
even
wrestling
exist
sucked.
anymore.
Hey, I'm about to test y'all right now. Name me a game from Midway. I'm about to name you one right now. Jackie
NFL
Chan
Blitz.
Stuntmaster.
Rampage,
Blitz.
Blitz,
I mean, Blitz all day.
Y'all took all the good ones.
Spy Hunter.
Yeah.
That
I
was
didn't do
another
Jackie
one.
Chan Stuntmaster though. Jackie Chan Stuntmaster. I got the emulator of that shit on my PC. I love that game. I still play that game
What's
every
that
now and then.
centipede game?
You know what?
Carl?
I'm gonna say, did Midway make that game that had the 0G, the psyops? Did Midway make psyops?
they
I gotta look that up because
did.
that game was.
I want
Remember
to
when
say
they
they
did all the
did
physics
because
stuff
it
with, with Havoc
right,
and stuff?
right.
I'm familiar with this game.
You know what I want
I
to
think
say?
like 2010.
But you know, people are
RP.
forgetting the biggest game that Midway ever published. What made
Mortal
Midway
Kombat.
big.
Oh, it was Midway and Capcom. Yeah,
No, it's the
Midway
what's the
made it.
biggest game that
Psyops.
Midway published. The biggest
That's
game that Midway published to compete against Capcom. It's one game.
Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Yep,
That's
of course.
I
yeah.
completely
That's-
forgot. I
yep.
completely forgot, man.
That was their baby because they were trying to compete against Mortal Kombat.
Midway
I'm
made
sorry,
Psyops.
freaking Street Fighter.
That shit came out in 2004. My God.
Man, I'm telling you, Midway was on to something.
And they died in 2010 in Chicago. Everything dies in Chicago.
I remember that was like the first game that used like the Havoc engine. That was like a Havoc physics and stuff like that, where you could just like telekinesis stuff and throw it all over the place. And that was so cool.
So what are y'all looking forward to in this next gen? Because I keep hearing y'all. I was watching Planet Xbox, and I gotta be honest, man, it was so cringy when y'all was. Well, it wasn't really you two. Y'all the sensible bunch, but it was like others. I'm not gonna throw names out because I respect everybody on there.
There you go.
Shut up. And folks was talking about the online aspect. I'm like, that's not a thing, man. If it's like a secondary thing, okay, I guess, but it's not gonna be a thing that's possible because you got to remember, there's countries out here that don't even have high-speed internet.
You talking about the streaming aspect? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, the streaming aspect.
Okay.
We just now are this generation mastering downloads. If they said it was a download console, I'm like, okay, I can rock with that. People cool with downloads. Thanks to EA pushing it off in Europe, UK, saying, okay, enough's enough. We all need to fucking follow our laws and get refunds on downloads. Now I can safely say that downloads have become the prime way that people game. Look at PC gaming. So I can say, a download console, but not a streaming one. People still trashing PlayStation Now. Like it's not gonna work. And then you gotta
for a second though, it wasn't that bad. Like when it first came out, it wasn't that bad. I don't know what happened afterwards.
I mean, it works. It works.
I use it. I was subscribed to it.
Yeah, it works.
I played some games out of it.
It depends on your speed. Your speed.
I do hardwire to it because the wireless, for some reason, now it's dropping. It used to not drop. I don't know, but they're prepping for the place. The library that they have, though. The thing is that there's a physical limitation with the PlayStation 3 versus the PlayStation 4 that Xbox was able to emulate software-wise, but the PlayStation can't. So they're using the streaming to do it. The streaming is nice. I look at it as another option, just like anything else. Like VR is another option in gaming, streaming is another option, but for it to be the de facto thing that you're gonna bet like a console on, I don't think that's the right move right now. Like everybody's saying like VR is gonna replace games. It's not, but VR is amazing, but it's its own thing. It's its own thing. Streaming should be its own thing, but I don't think it's gonna replace anything with digital and physical.
Because like we gotta remember, man, we still battle net neutrality. Somehow we're still battling for net neutrality when it's supposed to be deaded. And then they investigating that Ajit Pai dude because they think he's doing collusion, which is obvious because he was a lawyer for Verizon. And comparing it, and there's one thing that really stuck out to me when I watched y'all show, man. One of the dudes compared it to freaking Netflix, and I'm like,
that's a totally different thing.
It's totally different.
I think the Frogs and I said it. Like
I said it.
One's a passive, right? Frogs like one's passive and one's active. Like streaming passively is fine, but like when you're controlling something, it needs to work.
Video games are the only media that you actually interact with, so you have to have that one-on-one experience. And
do y'all have any
very hard.
T-Mobile accounts? And y'all got T-Mobile accounts?
I got T-Mobile. Yeah, I got T-Mobile.
So I believe y'all should be having Netflix for free. It comes with your account.
Yes.
Yes, exactly. You don't get no data taken away from your phone or nothing like that.
Nope.
You get no data taken away. So that's why it's a major. I was just like, what? You can't compare that because like Beast Boy, then you said when you were doing your data thing on your phone, you was taking away like 1 gig an hour when you was watching on Netflix.
Yeah, because I was using on my PlayStation. That's why.
Yeah, on your PlayStation. Right. Yeah, it was taking like 1 gig an hour because you're on your PlayStation, and your phone, of course, is gonna be free. So I'm like, it just wouldn't work because there's so much information, and then people like if you're trying to do this type of stuff, you gotta lower your quality back down, like the Switch. The Switch, you gotta lower your quality down.
Like the PlayStation, like you stream at 720. Like I heard some people like on Twitter going, "Oh, with Microsoft gives you a $100 box and you're streaming it at 4K." I'm like,
that's impossible.
What the fuck? Like, you're not streaming shit in 4K. Like
you're not streaming. There are people who can't even stream movies in 4K, let alone
you can't even watch Twitch in 4K.
Right. Like, so I don't see how you're gonna get a video game.
You can barely watch YouTube in 4K.
Yeah, YouTube in 4K. Like, nobody's gonna be streaming 4K in $100 box, and you're gonna be playing like it's native on your console. Like people are pie in the sky, and this is where I got frustrated with the whole discussion with this whole thing. Is that there are services out there right now Why do we think that all of a sudden Microsoft is going to just get it and do it right? Like what? Like Kinect? Like they just did it and got it right? Like DirectX 12, like UWP, where you play on PC and Xbox, like they've been fucking up every single which way. And for them to be like all of a sudden they release a streaming box and it's going to work for $150 next generation, like I think they're giving them too much credit.
Does Kinect even exist anymore?
It doesn't exist anymore. No,
it doesn't
exist. Yeah. But here's my problem with the whole thing. I'm going to tell you my problem with the streaming box thing, right? And this is the main problem, like, and this is what I always say. So you're telling me since 2013, Microsoft's message first was always, online. Then they changed their message to this. Now it's all about 4K and best place to play your exclusives. Now you're going back to streaming. You're not going to be able to play in 4K. So your messages are so mixed from this generation going to the next generation. If you throw a streaming box out there and I can't play in 4K natively, one-for-one experience, like your whole generation from 2013 has been a joke to me as a consumer, because now I'm looking like you pushed a $500 box that said 4K, 4K, 4K. And now you're giving me a streaming.
It's not gonna be no $100 streaming box. There'll be
now
200.
You're giving me a streaming box, and now you're saying, well, we want you to stream your games, and they may be less quality, they may be less than 4K, but this generation you're pushing the power of the X, and this. I like how I look at it is like this: the casual market will be the market going forward that will really tell us what they want. And we're gonna follow that. Reason being is because as hardcore gamers, I consider myself a real hardcore gamer. You
buy everything, right?
I buy
casual
everything.
Player buys 1 or 2 games, so they would want to get their game physically and do that. They're not going to want to stream their game. The one game they buy digital,
but I doubt they're going to stream it. And so I think the streaming is coming, but I think for video games, we're still some ways off from that. You're not going to see that until the generation after next, probably. So next generation, I've always said this, I was a guy, and I said that, in 2013, I was like, I could see by the end of this generation that, and this is in 2013, I said this, and I said by the end of this generation, we could possibly see a PS4 or Xbox One that's discless. This is a digital only console. And I think that if that happened, that's some possibility you could see going forward in the future. Oh, here's your box for maybe $399, but you can get this other box over here, for maybe, $299. But hey, guess what? It's digital only. And I think that we're ready for that future, but I don't think the streaming aspect, as far as this is a box that streams your games, and everybody's like, well, it would download part of the game here, and it would do just certain they would do
the computations local.
Yeah, and I'm like, wait a minute. People aren't thinking about this.
Everything talking out their ass.
Everything we've played since 2013 that's on that disc is downloaded to our hard drive anyway. So, like, what would be the point of that? Like, it doesn't make sense right now.
They think that there's been the rumors that Microsoft has this technology where they could stream just parts of a game to you. But you know what? The thing is that is for games that support that feature. Like that fast download thing, games need to support that. UWP, developers need to support that. Microsoft might have the technology, but they do not have the developer support for their technology.
And that's the other thing.
And you don't do that in third place. You don't define the industry in third place. Nope. And if you could come out with the most amazing technology, like the cloud, like, oh, what about this physics cloud-based stuff? Guess what? They are trying to use Crackdown as a demo to try to have developers say, oh, that looks cool for my game, I might use it. And the thing is that they are trying to market developers to use their technology. Who's using UWP besides Resident Evil and Shadow of War? Those are the 2 games that you use.
Right, that's only it.
Nobody else has been doing Play Anywhere. These are dead features that Microsoft has the technology. So if they might have a streaming service where it's like, hey, well, we'll send you parts of the game. What games are they? They better be worth a damn. They better not be no third-party games. They better be exclusive games that are worthwhile.
You want to know the main thing that pushed the generation, that if you look back at the generations beforehand and previously, the amount of power that it has, the graphical fidelity, how it looks.
And the cost.
Well, yeah, of course the cost, but that's kind of like a underlier. I was gonna also say the media.
Oh yeah,
what really
media trashed on the PlayStation 3. They did.
They trashed it, but they loved the PS2 and the PS1.
The PS2 had the CD. I mean, the PS1 had the CD, of course, for visual stuff that really pushed gaming forward. Then we had the DVDs that pushed visual fidelity forward as well. as the audio and everything. Then we had the Blu-ray to do that even further with storage. And they just messed up the launch. That's all they did. And what would streaming do to push gaming forward to make it a viable thing to stand on? That's why I say,
it won't push gaming forward.
It will.
I will be completely fine with them saying, yo, it's gonna be download. It's gonna be 2 terabytes. You download to it. I can see a PlayStation being like that because they had that with the
whole reason why Microsoft wants this streaming thing is to get the app on the phone. They want that mobile market. They want their games in front of people on Android and iOS. They don't have a phone platform.
GTA 5 is mobile now. It's on cell phones.
Well, yeah, they want their games. They want people playing Halo on their phone. Like they want that, and they're not looking at it as these are great games to play. They just look at it as the install base. That's
engagement numbers,
engagement numbers. So you have billions of phones out there. That's tons of engagement. That if you put your app out there, you got trillions of billions of customers out there that could download that app. Same reason why they crawled up to the PC market. There are a whole bunch of people, millions of PC owners, like 300 million Windows 10 owners that now have access to their games that they can sell. So they're looking at engagement, hitting as many people, like throwing shit against the wall and see what sticks. That's how they're going. They want just to hit as many people as possible, no matter what the quality is. And that's what my problem is that you got to have quality because you could give people trash and 20 million people could play trash and just be like, yeah, that was trash, but they could be like, hey, 20 million people played it, like, you know what I mean? It doesn't, nobody's gonna stick around. So what do you want? Do you want eyeballs or do you want like people playing, you know? Because
the main thing is I noticed like with these platforms, including not just consoles but platforms as a whole, iOS, Apple, you know, Steam, the Google Play Store, all that shit, they all have their own ecosystem where you buy games, right?
Right. They all do.
Yeah, and I was thinking, like, what if this for this next generation, like, you could buy indie games and shit on your tablet from PlayStation Network, download the PlayStation app onto your tablet or your phone. You could download games from there. Like, because on PC, when you use the Steam app, you can set games to download on your computer. I think you can make your computer turn on. I'm not 100% sure on that. But you can make games download, like resume download and everything like that. So what if this is like the next step to integrate the cell phone app aspect with the console aspect?
Well, like Frog said, the thing is what Frog said is that gaming is interactive. So now when you have something on the phone, are you going to play that game with touch controllers? Are you going to buy a $60 game and stream it to your phone and use touchscreen while you're waiting in line to play the next Call of Duty or something like that? Or you're going to have a controller in your pocket that you're going to pop out, dock your phone into it, and then play it. Like, that's not realistic. Just look at where Android gaming has been. There's tons of controllers for Android. There's tons of little devices. Look at Android tablets. Even those things are a dying brand. Tablets in general are dead. The boom of 7-inch tablets and 10-inch, it's all dead. Samsung is the only one that makes them, and Amazon. And basically, iPad has just taken over the tablet market. There is no such thing as tablet.
Yeah, your cell phone can be a tablet, but I'm going to kill a game.
And also the phablets, the big phones, have basically replaced the 7-inch tablet. Like your phone basically now is your tablet because it's always connected. You're paying it. You don't need another device. So like you look at, everybody thought mobile gaming where it's at, and mobile gaming is good. But at Microsoft, the problem that they have is that they think the mobile gamer, the PC gamer, and the Xbox console gamer is the same person, and they are dead fucking wrong.
Yes,
I'm not the same people.
You ready? You ready? I'm about to kill it. You ready? You ready? We already were doing this. The PSP Go was trying to do this, and then look, you ready for this again? The PS Vita. You could literally, people don't even realize this because they were so stupid. I said I'd never buy a PS4 myself unless the PS Vita comes bundled with the PS4, because you know why? You can stream games, PlayStation 4 games, to your Vita. So everything's hyping up with the Switch. I'm like, so I can play Horizon Zero Dawn on the go.
And the PlayStation TV. What was the PlayStation TV they had? The little streaming box.
They were trying to do the same thing.
Box to play PlayStation.
You could stream PlayStation Now, and you could stream your PlayStation 4 to it.
Yep.
They kill that.
But guess what? The quality once again always died. It dropped. So,
and I hear people saying the same concept because it's like, yo, I'll have a PlayStation 4 in one room, and then I'll have that streaming box in another room. And you know what? If that streaming box is $200 and the Pro is $400 and the Slim drops to $200, like you're just gonna buy a native console to replace that. You're not gonna stream. Maybe early in the gen if there's a $600 console and a $200 one, but eventually that price is gonna drop. That you're just gonna buy another console. You know, you're not going to use a streaming box as like, hey, I'm going to go play in the living room on my streaming.
Beast Boy said he would get it. Beast Boy said he'd get a streaming system. Would you get a streaming system?
Yeah.
You know, you got to have constant internet connection, right, to stream games to your.
Well, I don't think that's the problem though.
Because it's the quality of gameplay.
It's the quality because we're all like my PS4, my Xbox One, and my Switch are always connected to the internet. Always, right? So that's not the problem. The problem is the quality. But I kind of just look at all the next gen consoles. Like I think Switch right now, as we're talking, that's Nintendo's current and next gen console because of the failure of the Wii U, right? So going into because I always look and I say, you know, I'm a diehard fan of games, right? First, because I love my Nintendo games, I love I love certain games, but going forward with our two biggest competitors, right? And this is just saying that Google doesn't enter the market with the Yeti. Let's just say it's a PS5 and an Xbox Scarlet. I think there are certain things we're going to be guaranteed to get as consumers. We're going to be guaranteed to get a console that can both do digital and disc at launch. We're going to be guaranteed to get a console that has native controllers to it. They're not going to have any weird because these companies can't afford to create something real gimmicky like Nintendo can. Nintendo can do this gimmicky stuff because they're a toy company. They're a game toy company. They're the only game company. But there's going to be certain guarantees we're going to get with this console. Both our PlayStation 5 and our Scarlet are going to be similar in price. I guarantee it. They're going to both be backward compatible. They're going to both. I think for the most part, Microsoft is going to do the biggest thing that Microsoft is going to do different than Sony is they're going to try to do forward and backward compatibility, where Sony is going to say, when you go to the PS5, you can only play PS5 games here. Whereas Microsoft is going to say, this Xbox Scarlet game, you can play it on your X or your S or your day one Xbox. It just won't have the quality that the Xbox Scarlet has. And I think that's kind of like, at that point, if I can play all my games going forward and back, then what's the point of me upgrading if I have an X? Like, I don't need to get a Scarlet. But if I have a PS4, right, but if I have a PS4 and you're giving me a PS5 and I can only play it on that system, then I have to get a PS5. And I think that's what's wrong with this generation, that Microsoft has forgot why people play consoles. Consoles are a closed ecosystem, and there's a reason why people buy consoles. If that's the case,
closed specified hardware
right,
that they're supposed to develop unique experiences for games.
Exactly, because if you can play it anywhere, then what's the point owning the console?
Everyone connects and everyone talks, man. This ain't like the old days where it's like you kind of form a brotherhood as kids and stuff. Now kids got cell phones and stuff. This generation is really different.
Yeah, there's
last
so
generation
much
was really different. So it's going to be kind of like, can you really get people to buy a new console? Will they see the point? We can do so much with these current consoles,
but
right,
you know what,
stand out.
With the kryptonite to the whole like, there's so much stuff going on with, like, you could play games anywhere, your phone, your tablets, your consoles, your PC. The key factor, and even Google getting involved, Amazon gets involved. The one thing, the thing that protects you in that whole versus battle is having unique games that only be playable on your device. So Nintendo, they can release 5,000 different versions of competitors of console. As long as Nintendo says, here's Mario Odyssey 2, 3, 4, here's Link to only playable on the Switch 1, 2, and 3, 4, they got those people. They got people to buy their console. Sony sticks to that. Microsoft has opened up the gates and now said they want their stuff everywhere. The problem is they're going to be an excellent kind of tertiary console or a tertiary service, like a service that maybe
that's really
they don't want to be the lead platform. They don't want to be, and the devs want to develop on the lead platform. They don't want to develop on number 4 sales. They want to develop on the biggest install base.
Yeah, Jez, that's crazy the way you put that, how you listed it in order, because like Nintendo's most closed off out of all of them.
Yeah,
And then you got PlayStation that's literally blocking off third-party games whenever they can, at least accounts whenever they can, except for when it comes to PC. Then you got Xbox, which is open as hell. It's like, which one of these has it right for the future? Like, what do y'all think?
I think that when you look at, and there's the other thing you have to people have to understand, like Microsoft's whole business and how the way Microsoft does things, even the gaming console, it's an American way of thinking. Like you're talking about two Japanese giants, you're talking about Sony and Nintendo. These guys have a different way of thinking. So what the reason Nintendo dominates in Japan is because that way that market works over there is so different than the rest of the world. The reason Sony does okay in Japan is because guess what? Outside of Nintendo, they don't trust anything outside of Nintendo other than PlayStation. So you have to have a worldwide market appeal, and I don't think Microsoft as a game company, or let me phrase that, as a software company that makes a game system, has a big enough worldwide appeal from the first to the 360 to now. They just don't have it. That install base of 80-something million, when you're looking at PlayStation 3 with 80-something million, you're like, wait a minute, how did PS3 catch up to you? That tells you that your install base wasn't as big as you thought. That tells you a lot of people who had PS2s didn't want to wait a year for the PS3 to come out, and they bought 360. They just bought the next big thing. That tells you that if PlayStation 4 comes out and they come out and they do it right, you're going to lose a lot of your install base because those are PS2 customers that you took from Sony. They're going to come back to PS4. And that's what happened this generation. Sony, and this is I was a diehard, when I say diehard Nintendo fan, I bought a GameCube over a PS2 over anything. I bought all my third-party multi-plats there, but I wasn't an idiot. I realized that the PlayStation 2 had such a freaking huge library of games I can never play on the GameCube. I had to own that system. Then I also realized there were games on my Xbox, right?
Because
there were games
I
on
was
my
playing
Xbox,
like Disney Sports Soccer, and I was like, "It's just done." There's no other games for GameCube. I'm like, "Yo, I better." And my friend's playing Ghost Recon on Xbox online. I'm like,
and Xbox Live is what made me get an Xbox.
Isn't that like everyone's story though? Everyone's like, I had a GameCube. It was such a cool console, but it barely had game. Like it's
Right,
everyone's
it
story.
had games. No, it had. I love their games. Like, I thought their games were great.
The problem is, and if everybody and everybody has to be, and I think that some people aren't real.
But it got dry.
From the PlayStation 1 to the PlayStation 2 to the PlayStation 3 to the 4, they've had the biggest library out of all three, right? They've had the biggest, most exclusive library of games you could only play on their platform. So the reason I was an Xbox guy from the original Xbox Live is because of Xbox Live. That's what made me become an Xbox guy, the online. Right.
But I'm gonna say, like, the thing is like, who has the better strategy? Like, I think they're doing different strategies. I think as a gamer, the Nintendo and Sony platforms are definitely poised to have better exclusive experiences because they're making games for their customers, where Microsoft is kind of trying to get eyeballs, as many people involved. And I always say it on my show. It's like, how do you make a game for 2 billion gamers? You can't.
You can't.
You can't. You got to either make a game accessible, hence and this is where I see the quality drop and the type of games they're releasing. You know, Sea of Thieves doesn't have a progression system because it's accessible. They want everybody to play as many people to play as possible. If they deter them Call of Duty style, where somebody's a level 50 prestige and somebody's just starting a level 2 for a free weekend, they're discouraged and play. Microsoft didn't want that. They wanted their game accessible. You can play Sea of Thieves next year and be like, hey, I'm here. And, you know, somebody's been playing 2 years, doesn't have any advantage over you except better costumes. So Microsoft's already like making compromises in their games to make those games accessible to as many people as possible. So I even hear what Halo Infinite, like Aaron Greenberg said that that game is going to be for newcomers and people, fans of Halo. Like, they want to attract new people to it. What does that mean? Does that mean Halo is going to have some accessibility things that people are going to get pissed about? The hardcore Halo? I don't know, but Microsoft wants to reach 2 billion people on an open platform. And like I said, they're throwing shit against the wall. They're just throwing everything out there just to get eyeballs on stuff. Like they said, 5 million people.
What's up, bro?
You know?
Yeah, because at the end of the day, let's keep it 120, 110, 150 real. Microsoft at any time can pull the plug on the whole Xbox division, and it wouldn't matter to them. It wouldn't hurt them at all because they make money. They make
that's
money.
Why we're in the situation we're in now.
Right, but they make money regardless. They don't need the Xbox. They really don't need it. Sony,
look how much money they're making right now with no exclusives, like with no real big games. The division's still like they're still making money on it. Everybody tells me,
Right, but Sony needs this. This is really helping Sony as a company. Nintendo, they're a gaming company only, so they have to do what they have to do to survive. And I just look at Microsoft, and Microsoft is the only one who can say, we're done with the Xbox tomorrow. And people got to realize this. When the X, I'll give you a prime example of something. When the X was coming out, that could have been Microsoft's brand new console launch, right? Because the same thing happened with the original Xbox. It was doing so poorly against the PlayStation 2 mostly. The GameCube and it were kind of neck and neck, but it was doing so poorly. What did Microsoft do? That 360 came out. They dropped that. That 360 came out in 5 years. They dropped it and they got
Xbox died off quietly.
The original Xbox died. And my whole thing is like they could have did the same thing this generation, but the reason they didn't is because they're introduced this more powerful X and they're touting 4K, and then when the PlayStation 5 comes out,
they didn't have no games either. Like,
and they have no, and that's what it.
They had no games to really say, "Yo, here's the Xbox."
That's the problem.
That was a big problem.
That's the problem with last generation to this generation. Last generation, Microsoft was all about the third-party deals, keeping their games exclusive for X amount of time. They had games aligned with them.
1 and 2.
I'm telling you, like, look at Fallout, look at Elder Scrolls. Those games, people thought there was Xbox only games. Most people didn't even know they were on PS3 until because
they made the deals though. They made exciting deals. I don't care like what they did, but they got Kojima on their stage. They got Final Fantasy. They got the Call of Duty stuff. I don't care if it was third party, first party. The fact is that they looked like they gave a shit.
Right. They made you care.
They made you care. You felt special owning the Xbox. Like, look, those guys are working for me, man. They're getting those deals. They're doing that stuff. Exactly. Now they're like, yeah, you can play it everywhere. When you're sitting in front of your PC, you can throw Gears, and then you can do it here, and on your phone, and then we want to play with Switch, and we want. I'm like. You know what, man? Then don't even make a fucking console.
I got 2 more questions for y'all. All right, this first question. It's not gonna be 2 hard questions, but y'all might think on this for a while. But this first question I'm gonna ask you: with these games now doing all this games as a service type bullshit and all this other stuff, Final Fantasy 15 took 15 years to come out. They said we milking this bitch for another 10. And then you got these other games coming out that like. Ubisoft is like the main one, the face of this, trying to rebrand games as a starter edition. Like, how is that going to affect the next generation? Are we going to just put another edition like Street Fighter 5's doing, remarket it for the next generation? Like, will that next generation be worse? Like, how do you think that's going to work?
Let me answer first because I gotta go.
Go ahead.
Okay, I'm gonna do it quick. I know why they do it. To make it simple as money, but just being simple. But I don't. In some cases, I agree with it. In some cases, I don't, because if it's like, let's say, didn't you bring up Street Fighters? Yeah, you know how many different. Yeah, you know how many different. Yeah, you know how many different Street Fighters of the same game it is. But it's like that. That right there, I don't agree with. I think that's stupid to have like 5 different of the same game. You just making different versions.
Yeah, now you just download it now.
Yeah, just to add 2 little things to it. I think that's stupid. Now, if it's like if it's really drastic change, I'll accept it. Like it has to be really drastic.
Like,
but
do you think?
It's like, what you?
Do you think that like we know Fortnite's the biggest game right now, and from that second question I was going to ask y'all as well was when do you think the next generation will start? So I assume you guys are going to say 2020.
2019 physical year, which goes into March 2020. I think it's going to start.
Shit, you heard this, Beast Boy? You heard what he just said? He just said 2019 next generation started. Yeah, I know it was always on 2020. What are you gonna say?
I'm ready for it.
Yeah, I agree with Frogs. I think we're gonna see these things sooner than later. I think the fact that they're talking about this stuff right now, I think says that we're gonna either hear about them next E3 with maybe somebody jumping the gun and launching next fall, next holiday.
Between November of next year to March of 2020, we're gonna get a console, because you got to think these cycles aren't the same. Nintendo released a console in March and it sold well. Games aren't games are releasing January, February, and March and doing big numbers. They're not just releasing the holiday anymore. So game consoles don't have to release at the holiday anymore to do good sales.
Yeah, maybe Microsoft releases its streaming box next holiday, and that's like the start of next generation, if you call that a next generation.
Right.
But I think the thing is with Sony is that they really are just they're gonna make a clear, definitive moment. I think when Last of Us comes out, then they'll start really doing Generation 5.
Shit, we forgot about Last of Us 2, man. That's why I'm like, I don't know how they're gonna do these games.
Sony, I think, is gonna be. They might mention it just to kind of calm. Like if Phil Spencer comes out there and has a Project Scarlet shirt on and whatever stupid things he's doing on stage at E3 next year, promises that he's making. Hey, we're still making games, guys. We didn't go anywhere, but they're gonna be for PC and for Dave & Buster's. Stop. And he comes down on stage and does that shit.
He says Dave &
Buster's, right? And then we're making Dave & Buster's and PC games. And then he comes out. I think Sony definitely will kind of, mention it. But I think Sony's no rush to do next generation. And when they do, I think they're going to, that's going to be like make a clear, definitive line, and maybe have crossover with Last of Us. But I think they're going to wait for Last of Us. I think Last of Us comes out either next holiday or comes out in the summertime, like June, or like kind of around that time, and then maybe they start talking about the thing. The thing is that Sony has a lot more conferences than Microsoft does to kind of talk about, to kind of announce something. Where Microsoft, everybody's like, well, wait till whatever. Gamescom, they're not, they don't have those press conferences and stuff that they used to.
I agree with that, because I was going to honestly say, whenever we hear the Last of Us launch date, then the PS5 is right around the corner.
Yeah,
like Last of Us,
just like they did with the 3, right?
Yeah, Last of Us, Ghost of Tsushima, Death Stranding. And there's one more game. There's, I think, Neo 2. I think these will be cross-gen games. These will be games that will.
I think those 3. I think Ghost of Tsushima, Last of Us is the curtain call, and then
that's it.
Ghost of Tsushima, and I think the other one was. Oh, you're right. Death Stranding.
Oh, yeah,
that one's gonna be.
I completely agree with Frogs. I just thought about it now. Yeah, I agree with Frogs, man. That's why I was saying, like, what do you think they're gonna do? Like, I feel like this next generation is gonna bleed the line even further than what this generation was. Like, this generation kind of drew a line, but people were like, hold on, we missed some things. So it kind of brought games over. Whereas I feel like this next generation is going to really bleed the line between what's the next generation and we're going to need it.
And it won't be remasters. The reason being is because everything will be back and compatible. So whatever you had on your PS4, you'll be able to take over to your PS5 and you'll get enhancements.
It
won't be remasters.
How could you remaster? Like, what's the remaster?
There's no more remastering.
They remastered to get it off that cell processor. A lot of them.
Right.
And to make
that's
the
reason why.
But also to kind of future-proof them, because you're even seeing it with the PlayStation Now service. They're updating the PlayStation 3 games to PlayStation 4 games. Again, trying to probably set up that whole download stream, like download your games in the future, because they got to get them off that PlayStation 3. They're still haunted by that cell processor.
Yes.
Now, they're still haunted by it, where Xbox was able to emulate their stuff, which, that's good for them. But again, it's like, we got if they kind of just roll out the see, my thing is with next generation for Xbox is like we just basically saw it. If you go look at how the X was launched, they had celebrities playing it. They jumped out of limos. They held it in the air. They made jackets saying the monster's coming. It was a launch. It was a launch. Like that was a launch. Sony was like, yes, it does checkerboarding, and it also
they was quiet about it.
They had like a little like a tea time tassies and shit, and they're like, it's like, yes, it does checkerboarding. Mark Sony put everybody to sleep, and they go, and it's gonna support VR, and it just shows up like in the stores. Like, here's the no fucking Microsoft. They came. I have like, what's his name? Greenberg and the other guy, Pinello, who's not there anymore. Like, jump out of a fucking limo, holding the console up, everybody touching it, like the fucking Super Bowl trophy. And they went crazy with that thing. So we saw what basically Microsoft's next console launch would be. The key is look how many people are playing the X. Like, look how many. It's not attracting new customers. It's just getting the people that are already your owners. So if they just switch to Scarlet, you know, they're just going to get people like who's interested in it. And Microsoft, I think, is really in the market of flooding devices, calling them options, and just throwing as many options and devices out there without having one being really successful. Just kind of having an option for everybody, like an i3, an i7, and an i5 processor. Like, hey, just get them all out there, and you know, they sell. They're all Xbox. You know, what does it matter? And they're treating it like a PC cell phone model. Like, you know, where Sony, I think, is going to be like this, and Nintendo the same way. I think Nintendo's going to be
the Switch. Maybe release.
Nintendo's going to drag that Switch out. The thing is Nintendo does not need to rush next generation.
Nope.
At all, because they have mobility. They got something that nobody else has.
Everybody else right now.
Yeah, they can just milk that thing.
They will milk it out of that thing, and they'll release a next 3DS, next DS, and they will just take this mobile console market. They're not going to make a big box, powerful box that sits under your TV anymore. They'll come out with a more powerful dock that boosts up graphics or something like that, but their system is modular. So
I hate to break it to people that are fans of Nintendo, but that Wii money is gone, motherfuckers. That shit was spent up by the Wii U. People will be like, they got a war chest.
They
don't have a damn war chest.
Modular console. That thing, they could just say, take off your Joy-Cons and buy just a screen for $250 that has a better processor, and you stick your Joy-Cons on it, and now you got a brand new console.
There you go.
Because if you just take those Joy-Cons off, you hold that thing in your hand. It's the console. Yeah. This is it, man. That's it.
All right, man. We about to wrap this up though. We didn't kill it. And once again, I appreciate you, Frogs, and you, Jez.
Thanks,
y'all
man.
were some great guests.
Y'all definitely appreciate it.
Yeah, y'all some real cool people, man.
Thanks,
man. You ready to do the outro, Beast Boy? Well, let the guy pass to the guests so they can say their stuff first.
All right, go ahead.
Oh, this is
that's it. You supposed to say there you go.
I was gonna say this is Frogs Dope Gaming. Catch me, like I said, every Tuesday, 7:30. Sorry Not Sorry podcast. I usually have 3 topics. I do invite people on. Most of the time, if people come through, I just send them a link. And we sit there. We talk about the 3 topics. But and then I'm on Planet PlayStation. I'm sorry, not Planet PlayStation. Planet X. Yeah, look, hey, I don't even know what happened to Planet PlayStation. That's a whole different story. But I'm on Planet Xbox on Wednesdays at about 8:45 with Kid Smooth and the crew, and we sit there. We talk about our. Yeah, we talk about our current whatever Microsoft Xbox topics there are, and I'm always ready to talk games.
Shout out to Smooth, man. He wasn't in the mood. He didn't want to deal with y'all foolishness. Y'all need to leave that man alone. That Spider-Man bullshit.
Oh, man, that Spider-Man stuff. Oh my gosh.
Y'all need to accept that Spider-Man is hyped by Sony, and that's why you're buying it. All right. Accept it.
Yo, what's up? This is Jez7780. Follow me on Twitter under that, and then on my channel, and what grinds my gears. And I basically go on rants about gaming industry news, things that happen, and I kind of do them usually in the afternoon, early evenings on Tuesdays. Save my voice on for Wednesday nights because I'm on the Planet Xbox with the guys and Frogs and stuff. And yes, I just kind of do them. So always hit the alert button on my YouTube channel because the thing is I want to be genuine about what I feel about, and I don't want to just kind of have a routine on Wednesday and kind of fake it, being like, well, this really bothers me. If it doesn't really bother me, then you're not going to get the genuine experience that I deliver. So that's why I kind of ad hoc it. And just tune into my channel, subscribe, and share a video and stuff. But I appreciate, Lifetime. Thanks for coming, giving me this opportunity to come on. I think the last time I was on your show was September 7th. I looked back at our direct messages, DMs, and I was checking out, and I was like, you sent me the link on September 7th about that back then. So
you
thanks
were
again
always
for having
cool,
me back
man.
on, man. Thank you.
You were always a cool guest, man. I always thought you was cool. I liked your show, man. I like
Thanks,
you
man.
and Xbox. I gotta get Gaming Addict on here because it's funny because I talked to him. I talked to him before both of y'all. I talked to him like a year ago. Me and him be cool, but I ain't never got a chance. But he always come on Planet Xbox because of him. So I was like, damn, I need to get him on here. But my man KZ, the DJ KZ the Truth. Go ahead, brother. Get us out of here.
Well, it was a good show, entertaining. Shit, I mean, they pretty much, killed it today. But I would say follow my stuff and my links and stuff, but
you never give me the links.
Because you never sent me your email. But
I
that's the
emailed
other
you.
email.
What are you talking about?
No, hold on. I sent it through an email that time, and you said, "Remember we had this conversation before." You said, "Oh,
this is
man,
Beast Boy's fault."
Yes,
No call. Beast Boy. Yeah, Beast Boy. I forgot. We use your business email, sir. Yeah.
That don't tell me. I'm supposed to know.
What do you mean? KZ just said he emailed you.
When?
You had to send me the one that you actually read, not pretend to read.
Which one?
The one we sent the invites from. That should be your email, Beast Boy.
But y'all gotta tell me this shit first, though.
You okay? You okay?
For me?
Some good shit?
Hell yeah, some good shit.
This motherfucker. He's not smoking up. He's fucking e-cigarette, y'all.
Oh, I'm smoking that good shit, bro.
This is e-cigarette. Don't listen to him. It's e-cigarette. Don't calm down, people. Don't get me arrested.
Well, for everybody who's not lazy, and I know he ain't got my links up yet, but if you check me out on SoundCloud, and all my stuff is DJ KZ the Truth. YouTube, SoundCloud, it's some other stuff. The website's still not up yet because I've been busy and my homeboy been busy, so we're still remodeling that. But that's it for that. You know, KZ the Truth.
Birthday tomorrow.
You said what?
You want to link up for your birthday tomorrow? We gonna go downtown and do karaoke at Play.
That was the plan. If I ain't working,
Beast Boy ain't working. Beast Boy, are you working?
I'm off tomorrow.
Beast Boy's off tomorrow, I guess.
Oh yeah, once again, happy birthday. I know somebody's birthday's tomorrow. And wherever you're at, whatever.
Go Dave and Buster's right after the new Halo game.
Yeah, I want to play that.
Well, you did say you were in Florida, so
Frog did it, right? Frog already tried it out, man.
Yeah, I
want to hear what Frog. We said about Florida.
I said if you're in Florida, they got some Dave and Busters.
Oh yeah,
yeah. We gotta go. We gotta drive at least an hour and a half away.
Nah, I'm in the Tampa area, so yeah, we just got one.
Yeah, we're supposed to get one. Man. Go live the dream. Go play Halo at Dave and Buster's. The future.
Pensacola was supposed to get one, but I don't know what happened.
Man, we got so much damn space out here in these. It's like we don't even know what the fuck to do with it. We don't even know which parts of Alabama, which parts.
You guys keep that humidity up here. I went on vacation down there. I brought that shit back with me. I haven't stopped sweating.
Dog, look, me and Beast Boy was outside my house, and I was going to just freaking go outside and say what's up. I started sweating. And I was trying to go inside, but there was a wasp outside. I was like, "Oh God, we got to fight these wasps outside this house."
Man, let me tell you,
that's Florida.
Yeah, he almost busted his window and his mom's car.
Look, dog. I just came back home, and I'm like, I'm trying to just be cool till I leave, and fucking wasp outside the damn door and the flower, and I was like, yo, I'm gonna get a shovel. I thought that was a good idea to kill a wasp with a shovel. It wasn't a good idea. I didn't bang my fucking elbow.
Shovel?
Yeah, look. I just look, bro. It was the first thing to grab. Like there was a shit ton of wasps. Like it was crazy. It was like 50 of them bitches.
You decided to grab a shovel.
Look, I'm gonna give you the best hint because the best time to kill wasps are at nighttime because they're more active, and so they're all sitting in the nest at nighttime. Go outside at night and spraying with that hot shot. They'll die.
All I gotta say is all the people in Florida tell me these fancy words, these palmetto bugs. They're fucking cockroaches.
Oh, they're big cockroaches. That's all they are. Really.
No, that's not all they are. They're fucking. Yo, man,
big ass roaches, dog.
I saw some guy show up with a little can of spray. I would have brought a fucking blowtorch.
And it was embarrassing enough, guys. My mom had to come outside. My mom came outside and she killed them. She came outside as a G with spray and she just wiped the whole nest out. Like they just died.
Oh, there's a nest of them. Holy, those things are fucking huge.
That's Florida life for you.
That was like,
yeah, you keep that shit, man.
There was like 40 of them, dog. They would have a flower pot.
Oh,
hold on.
What's funny, y'all?
So
you came out there with a shovel.
That's what I would. Shovel.
I'm not gonna live this down.
Go ahead. Hold up, y'all. So as Wiz grabbed the shovel, right, he knocked the plant over. About 30 of them came out chasing after me. Thought I hit it. It's all Wiz's fault.
I had a shovel. They didn't want the smoke. Okay, I had a shovel. They didn't want the fucking.
Yo, you didn't spray them before you hit them with the shovel.
I wasn't thinking. All right, I had a shovel. I just thought it was like 3 of them. I said maybe I could hit them with this pot, but I smacked the plot plant over, and it fell. And then like, Yes, the pot full of plants, okay? And them bitches just, I was like, Jesus! I took out one, though.
You got one.
You would have did more damage with a splash water.
Oh, man, you got to spray them with that stuff that just, like, covers them up.
And came out there with the spray like Terminator, and she let everyone have it.
Yeah, that's right, man.
That's how you got to do it.
Yeah, but
so his mom had to fight his battles.
Yeah, it's like as usual. Black moms give you the strength, y'all. But
I tell my wife sometimes to kill some spiders because I don't touch them.
Ooh, don't mess with the spiders in Florida, Beast Boy. Remember that spider that was the size of my fucking hand?
Yeah.
Oh man, get the hell out of here! You guys.
Look, bro.
I left my stuff like in the garage for like a week because I didn't want one of those monster giant ass bugs to come back with me.
Look, Jez, I live by the woods. 5-foot spider webs, dog. Like this shit'll be up to your waist. Okay.
For you.
5-foot spider webs of these freaking yellow spotted spiders. You don't even know if they dangerous or not. And they just by your window, and you're like, I don't know if I want to start problems. Let's wrap it up. Let's wrap it up, man. Beast Boy, do your outro, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, this is your co-host with the most, Beast to the motherfucking boy. Y'all be safe out there in this world. Don't do nothing to get in trouble. Stay safe and slap a kid when you get a chance.
I'm not slapping no kid at my job, man. I'm not trying to lose. I can't catch no smoke.
Man, y'all didn't know, right? So Wiz slapped the kid.
I didn't slap no kid, okay? I didn't
up.
slap no kid, dog.
The little boy went inside the girls' room. Wiz snatched them out and said, "Look here, little bitch."
I didn't call no kid.
Oh man,
You standing up GameStop slapping kids?
No, dog. Because my job before I go to the Navy, I'm a teacher, so I ain't trying to cause no smoke.
He gonna teach everybody how to slap a kid.
But these kids get on my nerves. That's why I'm trying to leave very soon. So I'm not trying to smack no kids.
Y'all heard that, right? He smacked kids, right?
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Wiz Fiasco, aka Wiz, aka Wiz. Don't beat no kids.
I mean, I guess everybody did good. Nobody said an N-word yet.
I did. I said we get a show, nigga.
And on that note,
she ended 5 minutes ago.
Hold on. I just got one thing to say.
Oh boy.
Nigga.
oh my god.
You know what? I'm gonna change my outro now. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Wiz Fiasco, aka Wiz, aka Wizard. Why? Because you cannot fathom the wizardry. And I'm here to tell you, hey, my nigga. Why you call yourself that? Hey, my nigga. You're supposed to be a god. Shout out David Banner, y'all. And I'm gone.
We got checks all on the wish list, couldn't predict it. From hanging with the wrong audience to running this show. I'm finally living, but then again, and I didn't know I get this green. The chicks that used to scream got me up in their dreams. I didn't know I come out clean. The only time the homies see me is on TV screen. I didn't know. I didn't know. I didn't know.
Now you know.